What is up, everybody? Happy to be giving y'all a lunchtime special show. Y'all give me a second and we'll get started really quickly. It's not going to be too long of a show. Kind of just want to get in, get out. I haven't even eaten lunch yet. But I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and give some content right now. So y'all hold on. We'll be getting into the content very shortly. All right, let's jump into the content. What is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Let me turn this music down a little bit. It's very loud in my ears. Anyway, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Let's give us some. Hopefully, y'all can hear my buttons if I make sure my music's not too loud. But y'all let me know in the chat what's up. Dagon's Filthy, the first one in the chat. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for always supporting me, always showing up, always one of the first in the chat. What's up to my guy Keystone? Uh exactly, Keystone, definitely a day one. Always supported me from the first, I think, time that I ever went live. Solo, not solo, just always supporting me. I really appreciate all you guys rocking with me. We gonna get into some content. As I said, what's up, Kelvin? My guy Kelvin, glad to see you. As I said, this is not gonna be a too long of a show. I just want to get in and get out. I haven't even eaten lunch yet, as I said, but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna eat. I just want to get this content, get this show out of the way first, and then we go. Then I can eat and do. Then I can take care of myself after. But let me. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all doing in the chat. I'm gonna just queue up this interview because basically this show is just gonna be reacting to the Stephen Jones interview that he did recently, because y'all know the combine is going on. I think it officially starts, like the workouts and stuff. I think officially start Thursday, I believe, either tomorrow or Thursday. But Stephen Jones, he been talking a whole lot. He been doing some, I guess you could say, he been trying to do some damage control. He been trying to console the fans because he knows the fans are very upset. And so he's just trying to do all that he can to kind of soothe, rub the backs of the fans and let them know it's going to be all right, guys. But of course, we don't just go off of what we hear, right? We need to see it. We need to, hopefully y'all can hear this button. Wait, is this the right button? I hope y'all can hear my buttons because they so funny. But anyway, yeah, but we just got to keep keep pushing, and y'all let me know. Can y'all hear my buttons? Or are they too low? I might have to end up. It's kind of hard when I have music going at the same time in my buttons. So y'all let me know if y'all can hear it. I really appreciate y'all feedback. If y'all can't hear it or if they're too low, then I'm gonna have to just keep doing some audio work to figure out how to get my buttons to shine through, even when there is a little bit of background music playing. But I really would enjoy y'all's feedback. But anyway, we're not gonna get to or watch the whole interview. The link is down in the description, so we're not gonna watch the whole interview because some stuff they're asking him about the penalties and just different the rule changes and also and I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I care about is thank you. He's a little bit low, but I can hear him. Okay. I think once I take the background music out completely, you should be able to hear them. But um, we just keep working on that. Sometimes I may have to get a new audio mixer or whatever, or may have to just switch my platforms because right now I am using Restream. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, and actually, I would like to switch the vibe up a little bit and get into these interviews. As I said, I mean, this interview. As I said, we're not going to watch the whole thing. Link is down in the description, or should be, and if it's not, I'm gonna put it there as soon as possible. But let me gear up this interview for us, and then we'll kind of go from there. And let's see here. I got my timestamps and everything, so I don't gotta be skipping through and wonder, oh, where is this at? I know exactly where everything is at because I did my due diligence before I hopped on here. So, yes, I have seen this interview, but I am gonna give y'all my thoughts on what Steven has said. And again, this is not gonna be the full interview. Y'all, the link is down in the description. This is on the Dallas Cowboys YouTube. So, if y'all I encourage y'all to watch the whole interview because there may be something that I didn't necessarily put in here or that we didn't necessarily go over that obviously would, may intrigue you. Maybe you do care about the rule changes and the different things like that. So, y'all click the link down in the description. And let me see if I can, before we even get started, see if I can no, it's not gonna let me do it live. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to put it there after. But anyway, let's get into the content. I got everything queued up. I'm gonna share my screen. All right, so getting into it. Enlarge this. Hopefully, y'all can see the screen here. Let me take this graphic out of the way. Oh, and before we get into the content, please like the content. If you haven't liked the content, like it right now. Like the content right here, right now. Please like the content. Please share the content. Please share my content. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already done so. Please. That would help me out a great deal. Obviously, the more you like the content, the more YouTube pushes it out to the algorithm and more people can see Star's content because I would like for my voice to get out there and get amplified because not to toot my own horn, but I do believe that I do have some good opinions and ideas and thoughts and analysis on the Dallas Cowboys and how to push us to get that sixth Super Bowl. So, anyway, let me move this out of the way. All right. So, we're going to get into it. This first clip is speaking directly about Micah's contract. All right. So, let's get into it. and hopefully y'all can hear.
Is there do you want to get Micah done sooner rather than later? Based, you got CD done in August, you got Dak done right before the season started. Is there an effort to get that done earlier than you've gotten these other ones done?
Yeah, I mean, there's always extenuating circumstances, to these things. And, every contract negotiation's different. I mean, CD, there were still other receivers that were trying to get their deal done, and some of them still hadn't gotten those deals done, as we all know. Dak's deal was, we were working on that, and Dak was in and didn't really affect anything in terms of, what we were doing. He was practicing every day and working hard, and as you know, he's not distracted by things like.
And let me pause that right there. So, you see, this is what Stephen Jones does. So he talked about, what did he say? Where's my music at? I didn't say stop music. I just said it. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna turn the music. Okay, anyway. So this is Stephen Jones talking about, Dak was here and we paid him late, but it didn't affect anything. That is total bullshit. Let's just say that first. That was total and complete BS. It literally, absolutely not, Stephen, because Dak may have been here, right? But guess who wasn't here? His number one wide receiver. And we paid for that nonsense, right? We paid for those contract delays. We paid for it in the season. I think even CD injuring his shoulder had to do with him not being in football shape. Because, yeah, you can go do stuff with your trainer and all that stuff. But nothing is like actually playing and getting hit, right? Having to run your route through traffic, having to work on those nuances with the different looks and all of that type of stuff in the different language. So absolutely not. That is BS. It absolutely did affect Dak because it affected Dak's timing with CD, right? It also affected, and you can sit here and say, oh yeah, Dak, it didn't affect him. But that contract was definitely getting on Dak's last damn nerves. He kept having to answer interviews when we should have been focusing on trying to win games. He had to keep focusing on answering questions about, is he going to be here? And having to do stuff like say, well, other quarterbacks are going to. It was just a total shit show. So absolutely not, Steven. I'm sorry, but it's a hell no on that. It's a hell no on that. Talking about, it didn't affect anything. It absolutely affected damn near everything because everybody knew our offense ran through Dak and CD. We didn't have a run game, a serious run game, and we didn't have a play caller that believed in a run game like that. Meaning we didn't have a play caller that was just going to sit there and call run after run after run because he is a pass first play caller, right? So definitely affected, but let's keep listening to what he has to say. Even though we may not want to. And honestly, I need to do something real fast. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Because I kind of want to, let's see what y'all saying in the comments. What's up, Angie? That's my girl, Angie. Shout out to Angie. Angie's a key shooter in these streets. Angie, I need to make you, I think I got to do it through YouTube, but I need to make you a mod eventually. Keystone, he said, y'all allowed Philly to reset the QB market twice. That could have had wins and now hurts money, but they want to play as usual. Exactly. And paying Dak late, that's a good point, Keystone. I didn't even think about that. When we talk about the financial implications of paying Dak late, of that same, just like he said about CD, there was a lot of other wide receivers that need to get paid, and you waited to the last minute. I love how the Jones family, they always try to put on the players like, well, the players, they wanted to wait till last. No, they didn't. The players wanted to get market money. That is it. And both Dak and CD were saying, we don't have to be the highest. We just need to be one of the highest, one of the top. So stop the BS and stop the nonsense, Steven. B Bird, what's up, B Bird? OG B Bird. He said that's why if you're Dak, you should have held out to put pressure on them to get them signed in a timely manner. Yep. But I mean, at the same time, I understand why quarterbacks don't typically like to hold out, because when they hold out, it f's up everything, right? Because their whole job is tied to somebody else. That's different than like Micah holding out, or offensive line, or like Zach Martin when he held out. You know what I'm saying? I said Micah. Micah hasn't held out, but like D-Law holding out, or Zach Martin holding out, right? Because their jobs are more individualistic. But with the quarterback, his whole job is tied to his receivers, his offensive line, and his running back. So I do understand why Dak did not hold out, although people did want him to hold out, because that they felt like it would have put more pressure. But anyway, hold on, y'all. I got caught up in y'all's comments. I'm just trying to do something real fast that I didn't even think of, that I think it would be kind of funny to add it to the show. Let me see if I can bring it up. I think I should be able to. This would be so funny if I can get this incorporated in here and put it on the screen when Steven is capping. Yeah, give me a second. But sorry, y'all probably was like, what the hell was you doing backstage, Star? Twiddling my thumbs. Not putting the show together. But anyway, can I put this on the screen? Yeah, this is what I'm putting on the Oh my god, that is so funny to me. I'm sorry, I gotta put some. Anytime Stephen Jones say something stupid in this interview or something that I don't agree with, we're gonna have to put Roz. If y'all don't know who Roz is, y'all need to go watch Monsters Inc. Which Monsters Inc. Disney Pixar movie. I say that Roz is Steven's twin, because don't they look so much alike? The glasses, the hair, and everything. But I'm gonna put her on the screen because that's gonna be how we know Steven is full of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So when I put Roz on the screen, it's like, stop the cap, Steven. Stop the cap. But anyway, let me take her off of here. But anyway, let me go through the interview. Keep going.
Like that. So, the CD deal was just different, and we'll just see how Micah's deal goes. I don't necessarily know that there's a lot of, extenuating situations out there that would precede us from being able to get our hands around something with Micah, but we'll see.
When he says he'd like to see you guys be aggressive.
And so that's the key there. He said, with CD, with Dak, there was a lot of what's up, generation to generation. My guy Cowboy Joe and his son DJ. I did a show with them recently. Great Cowboys content creators. Y'all go and check them out. I know, Angie, they're twins. But anyway, see, the issue that I have here is, and let me go ahead while I'm talking, put this on the screen. Stop playing the game, Steven. #877 pay Micah now. Look, because people been arguing with me on and I promise y'all we're gonna get through this, but I need to talk about this subject because this is one of the main subjects. People arguing with me saying, oh, it makes sense, we need to pay Osa first because he's about to hit free agency and we got to get him done first. And I'm like, no, we do not. Again, hell no, we do not need to pay Osa first. Micah should have been paid last year. Let's be real clear on that, because I feel like some people are not clear on that Micah Parsons should have been paid last year. Okay, so he's already been waiting in line. And I know people say, well, he's under contract, he's under that 5th-year option. That 5th-year option is BS, and no player of Micah's caliber should be playing on that. At a point in time, it comes a level of respect with these contracts. And this is the goofy stuff that Steven and Jerry and them always do, is that y'all remember in what was that, 2019, right? When Dak was up for contract, what did Steven and Jerry do? Well, we're going to pay Jalen Smith first, and then we're going to pay D-Law, then we're going to pay Amari Cooper, then we're going to pay Zeke, and Dak will just franchise you and pay you later. When you do that, it racks up the price. It racks up the price when you're playing the waiting game. And you have somebody in Micah Parsons who's already said, I will be team friendly. I will be team friendly so that we can get more pieces around me, right? But you waiting or dilly-dallying and waiting on paying him, right? You continue to wait and pay. Micah can rescind that because y'all act like he put it in writing. Micah can say, you know what? We didn't go out and get nobody. Free agency is up. The quality free agents are gone. So you know what? The price remains. And honestly, now I will wait. If any, I don't think any other pass rushers are up. But honestly, I think the guy that came in my mind, and I don't know if he's up for sure, but a guy that I could see getting paid is Will Anderson from the Texans. Like, don't let some of these young pass rushers who are less than Micah get paid before him. That's what I don't want. You should have paid Micah last year. Now you paying Osa, and I'm sorry, I like Osa. I've even advocated for us to re-sign Osa, but I'm okay if Osa hits the free agency. I really am. Because you can still negotiate in free agency. You're just going to have competitors, but you can still negotiate. Osa is not a I'm about to say character. Osa is not a player where I'm like, ooh, we can't have him hit free agency. Absolutely not. That's not what I think at all. And let me see. Yeah, we're going to get to all of that stuff, Angie. What's up, Lou? Lou's another content creator. Y'all know Lou's fire with the breakdowns. Y'all really go subscribe to his channel. Thank you, Angie. Everybody get the likes up. Get the likes up. Thank you so much, Angie. But yeah, that's the problem that I have with Steven. It's like, Steven, and it's just an example of this. If you have your mortgage due at the same time as your car note, and you only have enough money to pay one or the other, which one are you gonna pay? Hell, let's take away the mortgage. I like a better example of rent versus car note, because everybody knows you don't pay your mortgage. Like, it's a while, you got to go several months, right, without paying your mortgage before they're like, hey, you're gonna get a bit. So think about this: if you have your rent, because anybody who stayed in apartments know that you got to pay your rent by the third day of the month. If you don't pay your rent by the third day of the month, the apartment people gonna knock on your door. They're gonna put that notice on your door, notice to vacate, get the out. You know what I'm saying? It's very serious. When you don't pay apartment people on time, they're running to evict you immediately, right? Apartment people they're ready to evict you on site. So if you have your rent due and your car note due at the same time, and you only can afford one, what are you going to pay first? You going to pay your rent first, or you going to pay your car note? Logic would say, pay the rent. Because it is more important for you to have a place to live, and car notes are exactly kind of like mortgages. You have to miss a few payments, like completely miss a few payments on your car note before the loan sharks and stuff is coming after you. Compared to your rent, they're coming after you sooner. You need to take care of what's most important first. And Micah is the crux of all of this. He is at the crux, right? He is the cornerstone piece. Not Osa, although I do like Osa, but he is not the cornerstone piece that we need to build around or should be building around. So a lot of this stuff comes to me with a respect factor. It also comes to, do you want your highest ticketed item? And that's another thing with rent. When you pay rent late, Exactly, Keystone. Yeah, pay Micah first and then Keystone. He said, Rent, I need a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. Exactly. Exactly. And so you don't want to mess around and you paying these players late. And then, like I said, you got these other young pass rushers, which Steven said, well, there's not many extenuating circumstances that I can think of. But it's like, yeah, for now, for now, Steven. A lot of these other clubs not like you, Steven. They don't wait and put people on 5th-year options and wait till people play out their 4-year contracts. They actually can evaluate and see ahead of time and say, I like this player, so I'm going to go ahead and sign them now. Exactly, Angie. I'm going to pay my car note. Even though if I don't pay my car note now, it's not like they're going to go repo my car tomorrow. The landlord, though, she or he gonna be on my ass and they gonna be trying to evict me tomorrow. But I'm gonna just go ahead and pay my car note. Like, no. Like, let's have some logic here. So that's why this is the campaign. This is the one we're really focusing on. If you want Micah paid, #877 pay Micah now. Put that on Facebook. If you have a YouTube, Instagram, what else? TikTok. Like, we need to get Micah paid and we need to get him paid now. Right? And it sounds like, yeah, we're just going to work on Osa first. And let me play this because he's going to talk about Osa, how they're working with Osa.
Do you and Jerry hear that? Like, in how you attack free agency and looking to add players?
No, I mean, we're going to be selectively aggressive out here. I mean, we want to, obviously our goals historically have been, to try to fill as many of your must and needs before the draft so you can pick best player on your board. Didn't get that totally accomplished last year.
What? Let's go back.
Really aggressive out here. I mean, we'll see how Micah's deal goes. I don't necessarily know that there's a lot of, extenuating situations out there that would precede us from being able to get our hands around something with Micah, but we'll see.
When he says he'd like to see you guys be aggressive, do you and Jerry hear that? Like, in how you attack free agency and looking to add players?
No, I mean, we're going to be selectively aggressive out here. I mean, we want to, obviously our goals historically have been, to try to fill as many of your must and needs before the draft so you can pick best player on your board. Didn't get that totally accomplished last year.
What happened? What didn't you get accomplished, Steven?
Many of your must and needs before the draft so you can pick best player on your board. Didn't get that totally accomplished last year. And needs before the draft so you can pick best player on your board. Didn't get that totally accomplished last year.
So I'm sorry, but I gotta put her on the screen. I gotta put her on the screen because I'm sorry. And matter of fact, you need to do this as well. This is okay. So he says, historically, we like to go into the draft and we'd like to fill all of our needs, but we just didn't get that done last year. Why not, Steven? I wish somebody would have asked him right then and there. Oh, that's interesting. Why didn't y'all get it done last year? This is the type of stuff we talk about. You knew what you were supposed to be doing, but you didn't do it. Why? See, that should have been a good follow-up question, right? You didn't get it, but see, these reporters out here, they don't be listening. They never be listening. They don't be listening to everything they say. They just be like, okay, let me get the main tidbits and I know, it's so funny. But they just be like, let me get the main tidbits and not paying attention because he's talking about, obviously we didn't do that last year. Why the hell not? So not only did you pay our players late, You paid our players, you paid our key players late, and I still include Micah because Micah's late. Micah's late. I don't give a damn about that 5th-year option. Micah is late. So you pay your top three cornerstones late, and did not put the proper pieces around them to support them or to support your head coach. Why? And then we got to talk about the term selectively aggressive. What the? Here's what I think. I know many people was like, what the hell does that mean? What I think it means is, I said this yesterday on Twitter to actually TP, Michael Parsons' brother. Bland's contract's coming up, Jake Ferguson, Tyler Smith. But this is my theory on what he means by selectively aggressive. By selectively aggressive, that means that he wanted to put the word selectively ahead of there. He wanted to put the word selectively ahead of there because he's trying not to trigger the fans, right? Because remember last year, All In? Y'all remember All In? What's up, JV? One of the day ones. But y'all remember All In? And how that spurred the headlines and fans was going crazy. Oh, we going all in, blah, blah, blah. Like, people didn't even listen to what Jerry was really saying, was we was going to go all in on our own players. But still, it didn't matter. Jerry said all in. Yes, we will be all in, right? Even though Clarence Hill put that word in his mouth, Jerry still ran with it. And what did that do? Get everybody going crazy. So I think he's trying to say, I'm putting selectively aggressive because we're going to be honest. He's not going to go. If y'all think, I don't know who the top free agent is in this free agency. I really don't. Because I've only kind of been looking at like free agents for us. But we're not going to go get the top free agent. I can tell you that right now. That's not happening. Right? So he's trying to be careful with his word usage. Y'all notice too, he ain't, in his whole interview, y'all can go and listen, but in his whole interview, he don't even say cap space, because this is how you know, and we're going to have a clip at the end where you know Steven is very aware of the language that he's using, and he's almost like walking on eggshells. It's kind of funny, but the fans really got Steven walking on eggshells, which is really funny. He like trying, Steven's like, he ain't trying to make no mistakes. He really not, like, he like, shh. So he's like selectively aggressive. And this is what I mean. This is what I think they're doing. Our off season will look like a mixture of 2020 offseason. If y'all can remember the off season before 2020, y'all remember we signed a shit ton of free agents. Some were trash, like what? Some were, but some of them are like former greats, like Gerald McCoy, Don Terry Poe, Alden Smith, Everson Griffin. Y'all remember? We went after and Gerald McCoy was a big name free agent, and so, but he was still a guy where you would say a former great, because I think he had faced a lot of injury. And y'all remember Gerald McCoy never even played a down for us because of injury. But it's going to be like that, where they're going to go and they're going to get some names. Some names that I really think we probably will sign. I really do think Stephon Diggs, even though people are like, hell no. I really do think Stephon Diggs is in play. Amari Cooper may be in play. Dante Fowler, right? Will Hernandez is another name. So they're going to go out there and they're going to get names that we're going to be satisfied with, and we're going to feel like, okay, this is something that we can build on going into the draft. So it's going to be a mix of 2020 as well as the 2023 offseason. What did we do the 2023 offseason? Made trades for Brandon Cooks, made trade for Stephon Gilmore. So that's what y'all can expect for this offseason to look like. Somebody who, y'all go check the receipts. And honestly, I can put that on here. I kind of don't want to because it's gonna mess up my whole flow. Do I want to? I'll do it at the end, but actually I can do it now because it's still gonna keep up. And let me take Yzma. I mean, I want to call her Yzma, not Yzma. Roz, can you get off my screen, please? Damn. Okay. I will show y'all. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up on Twitter real fast. Because word on the street is that DT Jonathan Allen is going to, either the Commanders are trying to trade him or they're gonna release him. So I forgot I can't even search my tweets on this thing. But I hate the Twitter profile browser because I'm like, there's no way I can find it because this was literally like months and months. Never mind, guys. I was gonna show y'all, but I forgot I can't. What I would have to do was kind of like screenshot it and then bring it up on the screen, which I may be able to do that. Y'all give me a second. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. T. Higgins, yeah, that's a big one, but he's not gonna hit the free agency market, Lou. He's definitely. Joe Burrow will have a stroke if they don't sign T. Higgins. He's been very adamant T. Higgins is to be re-signed immediately. Right? He was injured, right? But he was still a former great. Now it's still a big name. We gave him a lot of money. We gave him like a 3-year deal. So that was supposed to be like our big name or whatever. Reason why I throw out somebody like Stephon Diggs, just came back off it, just is recovering from injury, but he's a big name. He's a name that Dallas Cowboy fans have been wanting. Now they don't want him because they're like, he's old and he's injured. But y'all know that's the kind of like the Cowboys way. But anyway, let me see. And sometimes it works out for us and sometimes it doesn't. But when you think of somebody like Gilly, you think somebody like Brandon Cooks, like they're going to bring some names in here. Shout out to Big Game James because he calls them shut up signings. So they're going to bring some names in here they're going to say shut up. Where they feel like they're going to suit the fan. And honestly, it might be a little bit better than the guys that I've named. I think there could be just some people in there that we're like, but still, they not. If you think they're gonna go sign the biggest name in free agency, that is not happening. Let me see if I can bring up Jonathan Allen. Yep, this was a big tweet I put out. Yeah, I don't think I could screenshot it, but I definitely put out a tweet on April the 30th, 2024. If y'all just search my tweets from Jonathan Allen, y'all will see it. I wish I could pull it up. Let me see if y'all can see it. There we go. So y'all check this out. Check out that tweet. But I did a whole breakdown on why we should get Jonathan Allen. It's too long for me to just screenshot it and bring it up because this is when I was verified. So I wrote like a whole book. But yeah. I've been on Let's Get Jonathan Allen to Dallas. You can see the date there, 4/30/2024. So, word on the street is that he's on the street or he's going to be on the block. And that's definitely somebody that we should go after 100%, as I've been advocating for us to go after him for a year now. So, that's another name, you know what I'm saying, that we could get. Deron Payne too. I don't know if they're shopping Deron Payne, but that's another guy. And what's up, Drew? Says looks like another lackluster season. Whatever, Drew. Glad to see you. Y'all just worry about y'all maintaining y'all Super Bowl roster. But I'm not here to argue with you. All right. Anyway, let's get back to the interview. Because I thought I was going to be able to show y'all, but I wasn't able to show y'all. So I'm sorry, guys. But let me take this off the screen. And bring back up the interview. Okay. So anyway, Stephen Jones, I think, what's the last thing he said? Oh, he talked about how they didn't do it last year, but explaining what. So I just explained to y'all what I believe, because people are like, "What the hell does selectively aggressive mean?" That's what. No, you don't have to kick him out, JV. Drew is fine. He's just an Eagles fan guy. He's gonna talk shit. As long as he's not being disrespectful and he hasn't been disrespectful, let him be. If he starts spamming the chat and saying crazy stuff, then yeah, you can snipe him. But you don't need to snipe him now. Just let him be. We're not gonna just, unless an Eagle fan or a whoever fan come in here just being crazy, we'll let them rock out because they're supporting our content. They support it, so it's like whatever. Okay, but anyway.
But certainly that's always the goal, and every year is different in terms of what those musts and needs are. And then you also, have to marry up what's in free agency versus where the draft is heavy, where we can help ourselves in the draft.
You guys have always said that keeping your own is the most important part of free agency. With a guy like Osa, where do things stand with him and your willingness to want to keep him?
Yeah, we're certainly working with him right now, working with his agent, and have had productive talks, and we'll see where we end up this week.
Is franchise tag a possibility?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the details. Obviously, franchise and transition tags, those are all tools that are used. But, getting into that right now, we're focusing right now on Osun, trying to get a deal done.
Skin craving moisture?
And
Get a 6% hydrating.
Done when you play stuff to YouTube. But anyway, so I do want to say this though. Sorry, I know we got to do 100 million, so that's okay. I could have clicked in, but I didn't feel like it. So another thing is this, and hopefully y'all can hear me because my phone kind of interrupted, but I did just I forgot to put my do not disturb on. My phone say on do not disturb, but I finally took it off, and then of course I got a call. But anyway, I think with Osa, listen, I'm glad that they're doing talks with Osa, but I don't think that, I'm going to make it clear again, Osa should not be paid before Micah Parsons. Does it look like they're about to pay Osa before Micah Parsons? Yes. But should he be paid before Micah Parsons? No. Why not? Because Micah is already late. Micah is the rent. Right? It's due now. It's more important for your future to pay Micah Parsons than it is to pay Osa Odigizua. I know that Osa will be hitting the free agent market soon, but Osa is a player that you can afford to have hit the free agency and try to work something out with them. Because guarantee you, and somebody said it there, I forgot who told me, I think it was DMV. Shout out to my guy DMV. We had a very good talk. I just talked to him for an hour this morning on the phone. But he was like, Osa, if he gets outpriced by us in the free agency, it's going to be by some terrible team. Probably the Panthers or something that's going to just pay him a boatload of money because they don't have no real players over there. And they're willing to overspend. But if that's where Osa want to go, if he want to become a Panther, then let him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Osa is not a player where we just under no circumstances can have hit free agency. But having your key player like Micah Parsons disgruntled does play a factor into that. If you having Micah disgruntled is going to affect you more than Osa. Like, let's be real about that. Okay, and then on top of that, I know people also said, well, Micah said he wanted to have pieces around him. Yeah, he does want pieces around him, but you can still pay him now. You can get that deal done now, because although there may not be that many extenuating circumstances, now what happens if one pops up? You understand what I'm saying? So he needs to be paid now. But anyway, I think let me see where it is, because I'm trying to get to the next clip, which is, it's way ahead of this. So let me skip up, because all of this are talking about, what do you think about the penal, the new rules? I'm like, I don't care. I don't give about none of this. So I'm like, let's go here. Okay, here we go. This is, I think, talking about catching Philly basically, and like, how does seeing Philly go to 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years and win one, basically, how is it going to affect our approach? So let's listen to what he had to say.
Second time in 8 years, being in the Super Bowl 3 times in 8 years. How much does that drive and influence you guys at all, and to want to get past 7 and 10?
Yeah, you just have to, obviously, much respect for them for getting that done. Obviously, we get criticized, and rightfully so, for lack of success in the postseason, and then, of course, certainly weren't pleased with our season this year. We had some challenges, from an injury standpoint, but as Jerry likes to say, the world's smallest violin there. I mean, that's part of our game. People have injuries. I was just talking with John. He had the same situation in San Francisco. So, that's just part of it. But certainly, we're always looking for ways to be better. And what we've done recently with our lack of playoff success, and certainly this year, we certainly understand that and know that we have to, continue to look for ways to be better than that. Is that good?
So when we go to Philly's playoff success, right? I don't know why they're making me go through so many ads. It's so annoying. Like, come on, man. But anyway, I think when you look at a team like Philly, really, we're going to be able to see, and this is what I really honestly believe. We will be able to see, said Philly built their team through trades, not free agency. No, they built it through free agency too. Postal Pack. And shout out to, I see new people in here, Postal Pack. Somebody else was in here that I've never seen before, I think. Or no, I think it was just you, Postal Pack. But shout out to you. And y'all, please get the likes up. Please like the video. And yeah, I think that when it comes to looking at Philly, and I know we don't like to talk about Philly. I know we got Drew, the super Philly fan, in here, whatever. But I think that when you look at Philly, right? And I think I went over this in my other show, like, the reason that Philly is ahead of us, when it comes to personnel, they built through the draft. They also go and make trades in free agency. But here's the difference between us and Philly. We need to be a little more aggressive. Yeah, I know, Drew. That's what I said y'all did it through draft and free agency. But because, who did they trade for? Devontae Smith. I mean, they traded for A.J. Brown. But then they drafted Devontae Smith. But remember, they traded with us to get Devontae Smith. Remember, they traded up. We traded down. We ended up picking Micah. They traded up to get Devontae Smith. So the what I like about Howie really is that Howie just really knows how to what's the word? Wheel and deal. I was like, what's the thing? Howie really knows how to wheel and deal, right? He knows how to take, like, what Howie did with the Carson Wentz trade is crazy. They ended up getting like a first round pick for Carson Wentz. So this is the type of things, but then you look at free agency, he went out and got, even though they didn't win it in 2022, but he got Hassan Reddick, right? That was an impact player. He got Saquon Barkley this year, which was pretty much I would say the reason. Jalen Hurts did play well in Super Bowl, so I'm not here to shit on Jalen Hurts, but let's be honest, like, without Saquon, I don't really think Philly is winning the Super Bowl. I don't think you replace Saquon with Miles Sanders. I don't think Philly is winning the Super Bowl. I'm gonna just be honest. But hey, when you go out and you make those moves, and the thing is, What's funny about Saquon Barkley is Saquon Barkley was cheap. Same thing with Derrick Henry. I think they're like paying Saquon like $7 or $8 million. He's dirt cheap. Now the running back market has now gone back up. What's up, sis? Y'all know that's my sis Mickey. What's up, sis? Glad to see you. Y'all know, go subscribe to Mickey too. Craven Cowboys. Please go subscribe to my sis. Y'all know we do a show every Wednesday, so we will be going live again tomorrow well, I think so, unless something happens, but we should be going live tomorrow for Girls Talk Ball. But she also does, her solo content and stuff. So y'all go subscribe to my sis. And we got a lot of people in the chat, so please like the video. Please, I'm begging, please. But anyway, yeah. So when it comes to Philly, I do think that, because at first, I'll be honest, guys, when Philly won, or when people were saying, I think it was Boss Cowboy, he was like, maybe it'd be a good thing if Philly wins because it'll put pressure. And at first I was like, boss, it ain't going to put no pressure on them. I was like, remember when Philly won in 2017, the front office turned around and right when Philly won in 2017, the front office turned around and did wide receiver by committee. He did not take his team anyway. Anyway, I'm not gonna argue about Jalen Hurts. I'll let you talk your shit because he won, but it's whatever. But anyway, when what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Drew, you distracted me. What was my train of thought? I can't remember. But I really just lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? We're on the topic of Philly, and I was saying what? If y'all can remember what I just said, put it in the chat, because my brain just literally said, what? But anyway, I think all in all, like, oh, that's what I was saying. Okay, thank you. What I was saying was, at first I didn't think Philly winning would affect them much. And of course, we still got to see what they actually do, right? In the free agency, in the draft, to really make a decision if they've really changed or not. And with this Micah contract, because that's a huge indicator. Like, if they wait till July or August to pay Micah, they're not serious and nothing has changed. If they get Micah signed, I would say at least, if they get Micah signed sometime next month, that will show me that they're really trying to move in a different direction as far as how they operate regarding this team. It will show me a lot for sure. So, but ultimately, I do think that Philly winning has put pressure on them. And I think it's put pressure on them because of the fans' reaction to Philly winning. That's a big reason why I think that they're not going to just pull out the same BS that they did last offseason. Because first of all, Steven, you already admitted, we caught you. You already admitted that you fucked up. You fucked up last offseason. Because you did not fill holes. You let 9-10 free agents walk and didn't replenish them and thought you was going to replace them all in the draft. Please be for real. So, no way you can go and do the same thing. But then when you got the Packers loss in the playoffs, which put a dagger in the heart of the fan base. Then we now had to see Philly win the Super Bowl. We might as well be stoned. You know what I'm saying? So they know that if they don't do something for real this offseason, the fans, I mean, they're going to lose the fans. And yes, there's going to always be casual people that go to the Cowboys games, guys. So I'm not talking about those people who still go and they just go in and take pictures and stuff. I'm talking about the real fans, the real core fans. They're going to be out of here. They're going to be out of here. And Postal Pack, no team will ever, not like people say this, let's go make a Herschel Walker trade. Do you know what the Herschel Walker trade was? It will never happen again in the history of the NFL. We're not getting a Herschel Walker trade for that. And there's no reason to move on or to trade. Or you know what, Postal Pack? Let me hear from you before I just say that. You can put in the chat, why do you want to trade Micah Parsons? Let me know. And then I can go from there. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back to this interview. I think there was one clip that I really wanted y'all to hear. Oh, you know what? I missed it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna go back because I thought this was very important when talking about Shoddy. Yeah, here. I forgot. I totally missed that clip. But
Premium.
oh my gosh, come on, YouTube. Y'all are killing me, dog. YouTube is killing me, guys. Oh, okay, skip it. Thank God. Okay.
Related, what's the first month of the Brian Schottenheimer era been like for
Well, it's been outstanding. I mean, Brian's done a great job. I think he did a great job with the staff. He's very diligent, and how we went about it. He led that process, and Jerry and I were able to sit in, especially the coordinator interviews. But I think he was very detailed, went very extensive. I don't think he had preconceived ideas. He let the best guys, get the jobs. And, other than the guys we kept internally that we held on to, I think he had preconceived ideas. He let the best guys, get the jobs. Very detailed, went very extensive. I don't think he had preconceived ideas. He let the best guys, get the jobs. And, other than the guys we kept internally and that we held on to, it was wide open when he started the process and would pick the best guy.
And your staff is here the whole week.
So I think that's very important. And that's something that I feel like I can definitely give some. And I'll say this to Brian Schottenheimer too. And I say that because under the Mike McCarthy, and this is a oh man, that is such a funny background to Stephen. I'm gonna just leave it up there. But one thing that we suffered from under Mike McCarthy, and people have talked about it, and I've talked about it before, but it just comes to show. I feel like, remember I showed last solo show I did, I talked about how Dak spoke about how he admired how Brian Schottenheimer went about the hiring process. And then now Steven comes out and says, Brian did the hiring process himself. Yeah, we sat in on the coordinators, but he picked these guys. He hand selected these guys, and it wasn't any preconceived notions or ideals or homeboys or whatever. Like, he hired these guys based off of who he believed was the best. And that shows to me again that this is why I do think that we're heading in the right direction. This is a huge, I will be honest, like, it's how we handle this coaching process is a huge, huge reason why I think that we are headed in the right direction. Yes, we have to see about free agency. Yes, we got to pay Micah now. Yes, we got to see what we do in the draft. Yes, we got to continue to evaluate how this front office operates in season as far as if they're going to be trying to meddle or not. But I will say the way that they went about the hiring process, I think they deserve some, I have to be honest, like, I think they deserve some claps. Because I think that what they did was a total opposite of what they did under Mike McCarthy, which was allow him to hire his homeboys and expecting him to figure it out and to mold and shape these coaches. And we know that just did not work out. It did not work out. And I am going to commend the front office, even though this is normal and what should be done. But y'all know in Dallas, we ain't normal. Actually letting Brian Schottenheimer pick his own coaches, right? I think even when he was picking his coaches, Steven they were at the Senior Bowl or whatever. So, and doing other stuff. So they weren't there hovering over his neck, right? They let him make the decisions. They let him pick the coaches that fit him, that fit his scheme, that fit his belief system, that he feels like he can work with. And that's just not what they did for Mike McCarthy. As soon as Mike McCarthy became the head coach, they said, Kellen Moore will be your offensive coordinator. And I know the front office like to say Mike wanted that, but no, he didn't. He didn't want that. And we know he didn't want that because when he began to speak out against Kellen in 2022 and then eventually got him the hell up out of here and started calling plays, So he didn't want Kellen. That was a forced pick. But anyway, we only got a couple more clips. Yeah, rest of this is just about what he says to the fans. So yeah, we almost done. And I said this ain't gonna be a long show, and it ain't, and it's not, because we ain't got all day. But we wanna skip.
Skin feeling stressed? Get it.
Yeah, I totally hate this. I will never. When I'm doing a long interview like this, I'm gonna just have to get the clips so I can be more professional, because it's super good. Y'all shout out to Panera. Panera bread, LOL. Okay, here we go.
Really?
To see the fans respond the way they did going outside the arena with the caskets and
Yeah, like I said, I don't really want to comment on the Mavericks. I understand. I want ours to be emotional, and I want them to care. I mean, certainly, the record we had last year, and our postseason lack of success, if you will. I understand that completely. I want them to be emotional about that, and we have to be better. And we're always looking for ways to improve our team, and how to take the next step. I mean, certainly, we've been through a lot this offseason already with Coach Sottenheimer and him hiring the staff, and our preparation for the personnel side of things as we come up here to the combine. Obviously, it's a place where everybody meets with all the representatives of the potential free agents. So a lot of work going on right now, but something we embrace, and we just want to bring that success in the postseason and ultimately a championship to our fan base. They deserve it, and certainly deserve to be critical and emotional about it.
I didn't even hear him. Did y'all hear what he said
to our
about the free
place where
agents?
everybody meets, and we're always looking for ways to improve our team and how to take the next step. I mean, certainly, we've been through a lot this offseason already with Coach Sottenheimer and him hiring the staff, and now our preparation for the personnel side of things as we come up here to the combine. Obviously, it's a place where everybody meets with all the representatives of the potential free agents. So a lot of work going on right now, but something we embrace, and meets with all the representatives of the potential free agents. So meets with all the representatives of the potential free agents. So a lot of work going on right now, but something we embrace, and we just want to bring that success in the postseason and ultimately a championship to our fan base. They deserve it, and certainly deserve to be critical and emotional about it.
What do you say to them?
And so I think that y'all see I kept rewinding, because if y'all recall last offseason, they weren't talking. The Joneses last offseason weren't talking to anybody. They didn't talk to it was reports out. They didn't talk to not a single agent for free agents. They wasn't talking to CD's agent. They wasn't talking to Dak's agent. They was talking to absolutely nobody. Zero. So the fact that he said, one, this is why I'm saying Steven is very hyper aware of the fans. He's very aware of the fans and how the fans feel. And I feel like everything he's saying is trying to keep the fans in mind. Is it still pissing the fans off? Like with that selectively aggressive comment? Absolutely. Because fans are like, what is that? Just be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying we're using this opportunity. We at the combine, we evaluating these draft players, right? We are obviously here. We get to talk to agents. So I think these guys are trying to get serious. Again, I'm keep saying trying and all this stuff because we don't know, right? They could come out, right, sis? Baby steps, right? They could come out and do absolutely nothing. Again, I'm not saying that they couldn't. I believe that they could, but it seems like Steven is very aware of the fans. The organization is very aware of the fans, and that Steven is trying to tell us, like, we are going to We are going to seek out free agents, right? We are going to talk to agents here while we're at the combine and see about some deals. We are already working with Osa. We are, because he's trying to say we are doing work, because it was clear from last offseason they wasn't doing a motherfucking thing. Like, let's just be honest. But let's keep going.
What do you say to the fans, though, that specifically this offseason want to see you guys be more aggressive?
That we're going to look at everything we can. We're going to be selectively aggressive. We obviously, there's things in this league you have to, you have certain amount of resources they allow you to have, and we'll look at that. But we're going to try to improve our football team. Not try. We're going to improve our football team, and
What did he say?
We'll look at that, but we're going to try to improve our football team. Not try, we're going to improve the amount of resources they allow you to have, and we'll look at that, but we're going to try to improve our football team. Not try, we're going to improve our football team, and we expect to have success next year.
What's the impact of the?
And so, pausing it there, because see, he had said we're going to try, then he said no, we're not going to try, right? Because what does Yoda say? Don't try. Just do. We're not going to try to fix our football team. I like that self-correction is a big thing. Self-correction is a big thing. Because it's one thing when somebody else can correct you, but when you look in the mirror and you can correct your own behavior, your own mistakes, your own bad decisions. He said, we're not going to try. We're going to fix and improve our football team. So this is the type of stuff, guys, where we've got to really hold this front office to the fire. And Angie says they will help Shotty how much we don't know. And for McCarthy, they were ready for him to go. That's why they did nothing last offseason. Yeah, I believe that. I think that that's true. And we're nearing the end of the show, guys, so please get the likes up. Please like the video if you haven't already. Please share the video and please subscribe. And right, Keystone, he said you can't improve with $4 million. Free $100 million, right? We have the ability with paying Micah. That frees up $18 million. My guy Lou said if you pay him now, it actually would free up $7 million or something like that. Like if you pay him now, I think the $18 million is total. I'm not sure. Lou, if you're still in the channel, can you explain that? But I know for sure that paying Micah, you free up $18 million in cap space. There's switches you can flip on Dak and CD's contract that will open up a lot of money. So we have the ability to really be, as he says, selectively aggressive in this free agency and also via trade. And I think he's going to talk about that in this next clip, because they're asking him about the salary cap going up and how that affects team building, blah, blah.
Cap going up 277 to 281.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously gives every team more room, and in a lot of cases, which it should, it can drive the market up on individual players in terms of what they would have gotten versus, when it goes up a little more than maybe the teams had expected. But certainly, from our viewpoint, it gives us, some more flexibility in terms of what we can do.
It allows you to be more selectively aggressive. I don't know I think that was the term used.
Yeah.
Does it give you more options, I guess?
Yeah, certainly. And, looking at our own guys as well as, free agents, potential free agents. Obviously, 1 year we thought we had really improved our football team through a couple of trades. And so there's a lot of ways to, looking at our own guys as well as, free agents.
I think that was the term used.
Yeah.
Does it give you more options, I guess?
Yeah, certainly. And, looking at our own guys as well as, free agents, potential free agents. Obviously, 1 year we thought we had really improved our football team through a couple of trades. And so there's a lot of ways to, do your player acquisition. And, we'll continue to look at all avenues.
So he said we're going to look at our own, and I agree with that. Postal Pack, he said you don't want to overspend. That's true, because a lot of teams out here, they do just be buying folks, and it's like, is that like, where's the vision for the team? But it comes to, he said, we want to look at our guys, we want to look at free agency, we want to look at trades, which means we will be utilizing all three. This is what he's saying. If he does it, these clips are cracking me up. Look, this is like, I gotta put this back on the screen, not because he said anything bad, but it's just funny. Literally, that's just the look he's making. But he said we're gonna look at our guys, we're gonna look at free agency, we're gonna look at trades. So this is what he's saying that they're going to do. Is he going to do it? We got to see. But this is why we got to listen carefully to what these guys say and hold their feet to the fire. See how he's Roz, and one of her famous sayings in Monsters Inc. is always watching, always watching. So that's how I feel like with Steven. We're always watching you, Steven. Always watching. So we got to keep his feet to the fire, and we got to continue to hold him to what he said. Hold Steven's feet to the fire and keep him accountable for what he said. So yeah, I'm not smoke blowing. That's why we're going through this interview, so y'all can listen. This is what he said. I'm not putting this on Steven. I'm not putting words in his mouth. I'm not assuming or whatever. This is what he said that they're going to do. So we're gonna see. I got high hopes for you, but we're gonna see. And what's up, Ty Church? I don't think I got to shout you out, but glad to see you, brother. Always a great supporter. Yeah, we talked about that, Ty, about Jonathan Allen. I've been on Jonathan Allen since last off season, literally last April. I was saying, let's get Jonathan Allen to this team. So I'm glad that now they said either he's going to be, they're trying to trade him, or if not, he's going to, they're going to release him. So that is a Am I still live? It said I had lost connection. Y'all let me know if I'm still live. I still see like everything in the comments coming up. And what's up, Sports Junkie? That's another great content creator. Y'all check him out. Sports Junkie does a lot of great content. Him an Angry Cowboys fan. He's just a real fan. He be speaking from the core of his soul. So y'all, he kind of like me. So y'all go to check out Sports Junkie for sure. You said we give a 6 for him. I don't know if 6 seemed kind of low. A 6? I think I don't know what his value is, but I think a 6 is like nothing. I think we probably gonna have to at least give him a 5th, a 5th or a at his age. I don't know, but a 3rd. We might have to give him a 3rd. I don't know, but we need to see about it. I don't want to be totally like F them picks, but F them picks. You know what I'm saying? Not completely F them picks. Like, I'm not interested in trading my first rounder, but I mean, we may have to make something move and shake to get him here. And if that's the case, then yeah, go ahead and be selectively aggressive and get Jonathan Allen in the building, because that's a guy you put on your front that makes you serious, right? I'm not out on Mozzie, but Mozzie is going to need support, right? Last year, we tried to say, okay, we'll put all this pressure on Mozzie. No. That's the problem too with this front office. It's like you can have a great player, you can have a good player, but you got to surround them with other good players or other great players in order to get the best out of them. Duh. So anyway, it's another reason why I really want Myles Garrett here, is because Micah needs a Robin. CD needs a Robin. I know people say Myles Garrett's not a Robin. He's a Batman. Well, whatever the hell. Micah needs help. CD needs help. So we need to bring people here that can take the pressure off of them so that teams can stop just saying, well, our whole game plan is just going to be take CD away. Our whole game plan is going to be take Micah away and see what happens. We got to get better. But I think this is the last clip I have. I'll end up going kind of long, but it's all right. Yep, this is the last, and it's at the very end. And I wanted y'all to watch this because I'm like, look how Steven, like, he really is thinking hard about the fans, y'all. So I just never have seen Steven be like this, which means he's hyper aware of fan anger and sentiments.
Using the right weight.
I knew they was gonna do that. I was like, and they're gonna bring up an ad, but I can skip it. Listen to this, because I forgot what was the question. Oh, I think Todd Archer. And before I get to this last clip, please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, which is StarGazerSports, as well as if you feel free to feel it in your heart to donate to my channel as well. My Cash App is, and I think I have my Cash App written down here. This is my Cash App. So if y'all want to donate to the channel to help me grow and get better equipment and better visual and all of this type of stuff, please donate to my Cash App, which is $StarGazerSports. Anything that you donate would be greatly, greatly appreciated. But anyway, this is the last clip. So let's get into it. And then we're going to be out here. Okay, here it goes.
Regret of the approach you guys took in free agency of letting the guys go and not being able to, when you know now the results of what happened during the course of the season?
Trying to think.
Look how long he thinking. Look how long he's thinking.
During the course of the season. Yes. As you look back to last year, is there the regret of the approach you guys took in free agency of letting the guys go and not being able to,
first he
when
said
you know
no,
now the results of what happened during the course of the season? Free agency of letting the guys go and not being able to, when you know now the results of what happened during the course of the season?
Trying to think.
He thinking long and hard. That's so. I never seen Steven think that hard about
it. Free agency of letting the guys go and not being able to, when you know now the results of what happened during the course of the season.
Trying to think.
Facts.
The best way to say this, but I'm not making at the end of the day no excuses. But when you have the injuries we had, it's difficult, and so you just. That makes it hard, and we're going to obviously look at everything we do in terms of how we go about making this team better, how we improve the roster, and you always look for ways to improve, and that's what we're going to do. All good.
So he said, "Listen, y'all excuse the boxes. I am moving, so." Let me put this on the screen so I'm not distracted by stuff in the background. But Steven. This is what I will say. And I wanted to show y'all that last clip because it was like, first he was like, no. And then he was like, I can't say no. Right, because y'all did F up. I'm glad he did a lot of self-correction in this interview. Because he could have said, no. We just had an injury. It was cool, whatever. But he was like, which we did have injury. So we can't, I know many people don't want to factor that in to why we didn't have success last year, but injury was a big part of it. Off season was also a big part of it. I'm willing to say 50-50, honestly, of injury, but it was also, or I could even go 60-40. 60% how you handle the off season, 40% injury. So all of those things definitely affected our season. They all affected our season, 100%. But regardless of the injuries, they did not do what they were supposed to do in the free agency via trade, and he admitted that. He said, usually we go into a season and we make sure the holes are filled before we go into the draft. He said we didn't get that done last offseason. So this is the offseason to get it done, Steven. You got a new coach, right? So you don't got to deal. For some reason, y'all had Angie said it, they had some type of bad blood or something with Mike McCarthy. So they didn't do shit for him. Well, now you got a new coach. Please do shit for your new coach. And I got to give me a new graphic because I keep forgetting that this graphic has Mike McCarthy on here. But do stuff for your new coach. I think Keystone said, if there's a free agent that your coach wants, go and get him. If there's somebody that your coach wants to trade for, go and get him, please. And stop with the excuses. That's why we have another hashtag, no excuses. No more excuses. No excuses, right? We got to be better. We got to stop the excuses, stop the cap space excuses. That's why they asked him about the cap. He said, yeah, there is more money. He even said it went up higher than we expected it to. So it's time to get shit done, and it's time to stop just running our mouths. It's basically time to shit or get off the pot. Because this is the last thing I'll say before I let out, and y'all please be sure to like the video. I don't know how many times I gotta say that, but I don't know how many likes I'm at, but please like the video and share it. But, this is the last thought that I have about this is that, many people are ready for Dak to be gone. All right. Dak will be gone soon, right? You can get out of his contract, I think, in 2026. So that's only like 2 years from now. But ultimately, the deal is up in 4 years. Which would mean, what did he sign? 24, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so his deal is up after 2027. So Dak will be gone soon, especially if we don't win a Super Bowl over these next 4 years, he'll be gone. But I think a huge point that people are missing is that Dak will be gone, but you know who else is going to be gone too? CeeDee Lamb will be gone. And soon after that, Micah Parsons will be gone. So you're talking about in the next 3 years, if you don't win a Super Bowl, you will have no cornerstones. Maybe Tyler Smith you will have here. But I'm sorry, your offensive lineman being your only cornerstone. Y'all see Miles? Like, we really are. If we do not push the chips in and get stuff done in these next 3 years or 4 years, the players that y'all see in this graphic, Dak, Micah, and CeeDee will be gone. They will be gone. Because see, CeeDee and Micah are not like Dak. They're not loyal. They're not loyalists. Which means I'm going to just stay here no matter what. I'm going to just stay here till the wheels fall off, and then I'm going to retire in the sunset like Zach Martin. That's not happening. I'm telling y'all that right now. It's not happening. The front office has to get serious. And I want to remind y'all about these players' age, because I don't know if y'all think that Micah and CeeDee are like 20 years old, but CeeDee right now, let me see, is 25. In 3 years, he'll be 28. Y'all do know 28 and up you're getting in the old territory for a wide receiver. That's around when they start becoming them possession wide receivers because they're not as explosive and injuries start piling up. So if you want to get the best out of CeeDee Lamb, you got to push in the chips now, not in 2026 or 2027. You need to push the chips in now. Every year, you need to be pushing the chips in. These next 3 years, you need to do all you can to win with these three. Because if you don't, and let's look at how old Mike is. I think it's Micah. Micah might be older. No, him and CeeDee the exact same age. Micah will be 26 Micah's going to be 26 in May. And CeeDee's going to be 26 in April. That's crazy. I did not know CeeDee and Micah's birthdays are that close, but yeah. So actually, in 3 years, they'll be 29. Do y'all get that? And Micah already said, if he don't have a Super Bowl by 30, he's out of here. He's out of here. So, and I'm sorry, you get rid of that. That's a full-on rebuild with a rookie quarterback. No rookie quarterback has ever gotten to a Super Bowl. Now, maybe we'll luck into it, and maybe it'll happen for us, but I doubt it. So, all this talk about, oh, we can compete in 2 or 3 years, we don't have that time. I don't know where these people coming up with this timeline that they got, but we don't have that time. We need to be trying to win and win now. Not tomorrow, not in a few years. Now. Now is the time. So, and you got to think, guys, as well. People like Ferguson, Bland, Diggs, all of those guys will also be gone. Y'all understand? I hope y'all are getting what I'm saying. Hope it's getting through y'all's skulls. That our time left with the current talent that we have is dwindling down. And every year we don't win a Super Bowl, it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. And then it's going to be closed. And then you know who's going to be going into their primes? Jaden Daniels and Cam Ward or Shadur Sanders and Jalen Hurts and whatever the hell. Right? Because in 3 or 4 years, Jalen Hurts will probably be reaching 30. So that's, that's still prime years. So if we don't get shit together, guys, we're in the next 3 to 4 years. I don't know if everybody gets it, but we could be headed toward Panthers territory, Browns territory, Jets territory. Real fast. So we need to get serious, and we need to get serious now. Not tomorrow, tomorrow, not in a year, now. So anyways, let me, and just to respond to the don't kick him now. Yep, y'all get it, 2029. Yeah, y'all get it. And Lou, he did explain that he's saying that basically it will save us money to sign Micah now. Yep, I agree. And the guy that I had asked why trade Micah, he was saying that I think he said he's generational, but he basically feels like we should go all in and get a like Quentin Williams, which I could understand that, but I think that you can get Quentin Williams and Micah. I don't think we need to stop being that team where we think we can get better by subtraction, because everybody else is, all the contenders, they're not getting rid of their best players. They're building around them and building on top of them. So that would be my response to that. But anyways, I really appreciate y'all so much. Yeah, we will be headed toward rebuild territory. We will be headed toward there if we don't get smart. And anyway, love y'all. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. I'm getting out of here. I gave y'all an hour and 30-minute show. So now I'm gonna get out of here so I can go eat something. But anyway, I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me in the lunch hour. And y'all can stay here for the outro if y'all want to see like all my social media and stuff. If y'all don't already follow me on social media, it will have all my social media tags on there, as well as my Cash App if y'all want to donate. But thank y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Is a cat like he say that I'm good enough, got my think about shit that I shouldn't. So I tell him it's one of me, he making fun of me. His girl is a bum to me, like that boy is a cat. Saying he home, but I know where he at. Like, bet he blowing her back. Think about me, cause he know that it's fat. Shake it down, and it been what it been. 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 Like that boy is a cat. Like that boy is a cat. Like that boy is a cat. Like that boy is a cat.